Alright, so I've decided I want to do a different format for a lot of the videos I'm going to be uploading from this point onward. Because normally, when it comes to videos that are exposing this organized harassment, I just edit the videos on my phone. Most of the videos are taken with my phone. But I, I have a camcorder and I've recorded various things. I've also uploaded a few videos on the channel that have been recorded with the camcorder instead of the phone. But just getting into editing videos on a PC where the camcorder videos are going to be on, and just having the videos recorded on my Android phone also on the PC just means I have a lot more options with how I can present this information. There's just different ways I can get certain points across and just make things easier to understand and show you more. So, first off, we're going to be looking at some footage I recorded November 28th, 2020. So, almost 2 years ago when these videos were recorded on my phone on a trip to Walmart. You're just going to see like basic organized harassment and the usual stuff. I'm not going to point out every little thing. There's certain things that are edited to be highlighted, and I'll point those things out like this right here. So first off, you'll notice this red truck coming out of the side over here, creeping up as we're heading to the entrance of the store. And as we walk up here, you're going to see another red truck moments after, as you can see here. So you got this red truck showing up and turning a corner, and also briding us. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, you can see it. So he's briding us right there, and also over to the side, there is, I'm pretty sure, security, just with their lights flashing, also facing towards us. Um, and as we come over here and get the cart, you can see that there's a car back in there with what appears to be one headlight way brighter than the other. So just all hallmarks of vehicle harassment, visual harassment, stuff that's just meant to make you go crazy. And point out that I was not wearing a mask because this was when that whole craze was going on. So you'll notice as we're walking the store here, you got these two employees who cross our paths in just a way that's so artificial. You can just tell this is so theatrical and planned. The way they just pass each other. It's the same way they do with vehicles, where they just have two people pass by each other like that. Synchronized, just visual stuff that's just more so annoying than it is anything else. You'll notice as we're walking up here, there's this couple, I'm assuming. There's no telling with these people, though. And you can see the guy right there, and the fact that they're just standing there as we show up, and they're still standing there and not really doing anything. You can see he's clearly staring at me. And it kind of looks like he winked at me, sort of tell. And she walks up, and she's staring at me, and they're both just looking but not really doing anything. You see, they have a child with them. Talked about how these people uh, are involved in human trafficking and child trafficking, and they are pretty sick and evil. And they like to flaunt this stuff and use it as covers. They live this double evil life where they stalk and harass people and do all this ritualistic killing and all this terrible stuff. And at the same time, to the public, they wouldn't appear normal. So you have this girl walking up that he's, I can't tell. There's no really telling sometimes. But they walk up, and then I think that's the girl that was with him. She walks up out of nowhere, and then they walk back over there. You know, the two employees talking right here. That could be irrelevant. I didn't really edit that to highlight it either. But as you can see right here, I walked back over here just to kind of see what these people were actually doing since they were just standing here when we got here and just not really doing anything but watching like a lot of these weirdos do. You can see he was still just standing and staring right there when I walked over there till I left. As I walk over to this aisle, you can hear that they start up this really sick stuff where they get like a child like screaming, yelling. I don't really know what's going on. I wasn't really looking around. I was just recording where exactly we were going. But as that's going on, you get this dude who's just kind of like standing off in another aisle across the way, and you see the way he's got his phone held. It's like you know, it's like the way he's having this conversation. He's looking around for something. You can just tell it's so fake. You can tell it's just straight up fake, and that initially I did not catch him on when he was obviously recording me, but whenever I started pointing the phone camera at him, that's whenever he started doing all that. Right here. You understand? Stronger than you too. Don't break my food. Yeah, because you were squeezing it. So you'll notice as I walk over here, this girl who is just loitering around, just kind of standing there, as the person she's with slowly walks up, pretty much, or past rather. She was definitely looking at me. You can see, definitely noticed and saw me, and didn't really have a reaction other than a thought in her mind popping in that maybe I shouldn't be looking. Okay, so for this right here, you see this lady in the pink who crosses by us, in front of us really, and she has these red flowers in the cart. Look like roses, could be another flower, I'm not entirely sure. Is interesting, noteworthy because as you see here, I passed a rose or a red flower of some sort. Pretty sure it's a rose. The previous day before this recording, this was November the 27th. And then the next day is the video that I'm currently showing, November the 28th. And guess who walks in front? With what of all things? These red roses, flowers, something. But it looks highly similar to what I saw the previous night. So you just have more of that, the visual stuff, the stuff that's supposed to get in your head. It's also interesting because you see there's an overabundance, oversaturation of this red, with the red trucks everywhere, the red flower, the red rose. All right, so I noticed while we were in the produce and desert aisle, there's this dude that was standing right here. This guy. You can barely see his head over the edge right there, but he was just standing there on his phone this entire time, so got some footage of him. And then you got the milkman here. Dude walks by holding two milk jugs as we got a milk jug just standing out right there. It's the little stuff like that that would otherwise seem normal if it weren't for targeting. But they do stuff like that to just really trip you up and mess with you. So take note of this right here. As I'm walking, this woman passes by, and she's a key character because later on she pops up again. So we're in the yarn section. I'm getting some yarn for my sister. This dude with no intention of getting yarn just shows up, this dumbfounded look on his face the moment I approach him, like he wasn't expecting me, and then immediately goes to his phone. He wasn't told what my reaction was going to be. He was just told to do what he was going to do. So you can just really see that he's shocked. He's kind of scared. He didn't expect me to do anything, and he's got to look for instructions. Got to see what they told me to do.
What kind of yarn you getting? What kind of yarn you getting? Sorry, but the English.
Oh, no English?
No, the people.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay. What kind of yarn you getting?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all that's here is just yarn. Wonder what color you're getting or something. Yep, just yarn here. That's all. Nope. Yep, nothing over here. Huh?
Notice how this guy walks away when my dad shows up, and it's not just me and my sister. At first, he wanted to just really loiter and just stand around and be all weird, but then he leaves. So check this out. This lady right here was just talking about her.
She just turned around and walked away. Okay.
Same lady I saw pass in front of me earlier. I go back maybe 5, 7 minutes later to that area, and she's just standing there. But the moment I walk out, she walks away because she's been caught. You can see that it's her. Same exact bun in her hair and everything. That's what these people were told to do. Just creep around us. Just trying to get our energy. Pretty gross. So yeah, you could see this is another gang-stalking family right here. Poor children just don't even know why they're being told to yell and make weird noises. Probably not even their parents. So check this out. We're leaving. We got these people right here. But it's the guy in white in particular. See how this dude comes from the opposite side and then turns around right as he passes me just to follow me for just a little bit. And you can see that he's looking at me too when I turn the camera around. He was definitely looking at me as he was turning around, but who else would he be looking at?
No mask. I'm in with that one. I'm going out with that one. I can say nothing.
We got Paul Blart right here. And this is funny because this may or may not be a part of the targeting. I mean, it likely is. I mean, what isn't with all these hundreds of different things they got going on? They're constantly doing. You hear this lady walk by and she's on the phone.
Me too.
And I was just like, me too. So you can see here, right as we're about to leave the store, that they have someone pull up right in front of us, and right next to them is several empty parking lots. But they choose to pull up and park right next to us. Like I said, they always want to be close. They're obsessed and deranged. So right here you see that as we're on the road away from the store, they do this stuff just to tick off my dad who was driving.
Fuck on, man. You fucking idiot. Damn.
People do stupid stuff like that all the time. Just sit there on a road and not pull into the area they're trying to turn into. And a lot of the stuff you're going to see in the remaining minutes of this video is just when you could obviously tell people driving by with their high beams on and brighting us, just convoys of cars. It's not nothing that needs to be pointed out specifically because it could honestly blend in with everything else. But something I want to just mention right now, as I'm editing this video, as I'm recording this narration, and as I've been editing this video this entire time, these pathetic, sad demons have just been driving constantly outside loudly just to try and deter me from doing it. That's how scared they are of us fighting back in any kind of way. Anything they can perceive as us fighting back, they're terrified of it. Just me alone sitting here at my computer editing these videos from several years ago is enough to scare them into desperately trying to just freak me out or annoy me or scare me out of doing it. And the beautiful thing is they fail. Just like they fail in all these videos too. And lastly, at the end here, you got the sirens. They're playing in the background to get back. And right over there in front of the guy who was screaming at me on another video, they was just sitting in front of the house with the lights on. And then when I walk out, they drive off. So there you have it. That was November 28th. I'm going to have another video coming out where I compile footage that was recorded a few days after this, in December. So just look forward to that. More exposing, more showing that uh, through Jesus Christ you can overcome anything with the power of God. These demons tremble and they're nothing. They're just insects that you swat away. God bless.